She's not fond of the idea that aging is a bad thing. Jane Fonda shared that she is perfectly fine with getting older and is simply happy to be doing as well as she is at the age of 84. I'm super conscious that I'm closer to death, and it doesn't really bother me that much, the Grace and Frankie star said on CBS Sunday Morning. What bothers me is that my body is, basically not mine, she continued. My knees are not mine. My hips are not mine. My shoulders not mine. You're looking at somebody who's only me from up. Fonda has undergone multiple knee and hip replacement surgeries in recent years, but she acknowledged that she is still in pretty good shape as her Hollywood career continues to flourish in her 8th decade of life. The fact is, if you're alive and relatively healthy at an older, I'm almost 85, she noted. The fact that I'm still alive and working. Wow. Who cares if I don't have my old joints and I can't ski or bike or run anymore? You can be really old at 60, and you can be really young at 85. Health. The activist and former workout tape star also explained that she stopped drinking alcohol because it started affecting her differently as she continued to age. Even with one drink, like, if I had a martini tonight, I would be at half-mast tomorrow, she quipped. Now, that wasn't true when I was younger. But as you get older, I think alcohol affects you differently. And I only have so many tomorrows left. I don't want to be at half-mast for any of them. Fonda has starred in Grace and Frankie, opposite Lily Tomlin since 2015. They play two women who start living their lives to the fullest in their old age after their husbands, played by Sam Waterston and Martin Sheen, leave them for one another. We both have been told by women who have faced terrible things that watching Grace and Frankie has kept their head above water, given them hope, Fonda said. The remaining episodes of the Emmy-nominated Netflix show's 7th and final season start streaming Friday. Actress and activist Jane Fonda says she isn't looking for another sexual relationship, but if she were, the 83-year-old icon would want a younger man. I don't want to be in a relationship, a sexual relationship, again, Fonda says in a cover story for Harper's Bazaar. I don't have that desire. Do I fantasize? Yes. That I meet a professor or a researcher, somebody in that line who is really capable of loving, of cherishing a woman, so that I could test myself and see if I could show up. I think maybe now I could. But the problem is that, like a man, I would want a younger man, she says. Isn't that awful? It's a thing about skin. I would want a younger man, and I'm too vain. Fonda, who has been married 3 times, says in retrospect, what I've had to really think about is that I'm not really capable. It's not them, she explains. It's me. If a guy had come along and said, come on, Fonda, show up, I would have run away scared. I was attracted to men who never would have done that to me because they couldn't necessarily show up themselves. I didn't know that at the time, but now I know. Fonda's past marriages were to French film director Roger Vadim, activist Tom Hayden and media mogul and CNN founder Ted Turner. Part of the reason I get into a relationship with a man is because I feel that he can take me down a new path, she says. I'm attracted to people who can teach me things and whose lives are different from mine, and so I give myself over to that. When it came to Turner, she says, you have to learn how to hunt, so I did. You have to learn how to fly fish, so I did. He liked me to dress sexy, so I did. And so forth. I wanted to. Why be with Ted Turner if you're not going to allow yourself to be absorbed in his reality and learn from it? And I'm glad I did. The Academy Award winner and star of Grace and Frankie has recently been engaged in climate change activism, getting arrested in 2019 on the steps of the U.S. Capitol and most recently joining the Ojibwe water protectors in Minnesota to protest a pipeline through indigenous land.